How you doing, man? Yeah, I got the top-down view. I actually it's because I have so much more room in my room now. I got an entirely brand new desk. That is just so much smaller and takes up so much less space, but still spacious. But I just have like so much more room, and I just have so much more room like in my room now, just to kind of do stuff. So it's really nice. Which is why I did the top-down view, because it just looks kind of spacious. I cleaned my floors. Yeah, it's my birthday, so it was a birthday present. Also, how's the music? I couldn't tell if it was like if it was good or bad. And I just noticed that the chat box is not working. Fuck. Give me a moment to fix that. Oop. I have it somewhere. Good luck. Okay, good. I have to fix the chat box. Do 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 do. Okay. Where's chat box? Here we go. Copy. Okay, somebody say something in the chat. Just like type okay or something. Anything. I don't know. I don't know why it suddenly stopped working. That's weird. I like the hair. Yeah, I showered not that long ago, so it's just kind of back for now. I just put like mousse in it, whatnot. Okay, so yeah, the chat box is acting funky. That's concerning. Why, chat box? Why do you do this to me? Actually, I actually have a solution. Hold up, wait. Let's see if this works. Let's see if we can make this work. Let's we're gonna do window capture. We'll just name it chat. I can't do that. Name already exists apparently. Chat box. How about that? Chat box. There we go. Oh, there. Okay. Then we just go to crop path. Then we have to do some stuff to it. Give it a sec. Gotta. Yeah, we're gonna do top like. And then you take it, and you just kind of place it right in there. For doing it on the fly here, I can improve it. I can make that look better. Oh god, camera lag. Okay, we're gonna. Working again? There we go. That fixed it, sorta? Kind of fixed it? Anyways. Give it a sec. There we go. Okay, that bit of a hiccup. I think we got it under control. I am worried though. Because now I'm worried that all my other widgets aren't working. which isn't good. We'll see how that goes. Someone chat something. Just let's. Oh, is it working? We got it, I think. Woo! Yay! Yay! I fixed it. You got motion blur now. Yeah, that's an issue I gotta fix. I'm using a camera workaround right now. Like, oh, that looks disgusting. Oh, that looks awful. That looked awful. But for now I'm doing a workaround. But we will, as just time goes on, we'll try and fix it. We'll see what we can do. Anyways, let's see what other music is there. I don't know. Yeah, at least it works. Yeah, it's really all I got for now. Again, I can't really. I'm not in a rush to spend any money, really. So, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, first, just chatting stream. I don't know. Again, I don't know why I'm doing this. It was just sort of a spur of the moment thing that then took 40 minutes to set up because I had to create like a bunch of new things in OBS and whatnot. But other than that, what is there to talk about? I guess one cool thing. There's this MK Mortal Kombat YouTube channel I watch. It's called PNDK&M. I just paused the music by tapping my earbuds. It's called PNDK&M. It's run by a guy named Ketchup. That's his username. Ketchup. Who he runs the YouTube channel. His twin is Mustard. Camera, fuck you. Bruh. Bro, what just happened? It keeps happening. I don't know why. That's something I have to figure out. Anyways, PNDK&M. Ketchup runs the YouTube channel. His twin Mustard runs the Twitch channel. Ketchup, I'd say the one I like more is he does video essays on Mortal Kombat a lot. But I don't remember when exactly it was. I didn't even know about it till today. But apparently he came out as pansexual, which is awesome to hear happen for anybody. Apparently it was like apparently he's been mostly accepted by the community. I mean, of course, under like the community post of him celebrating like the start of Pride Month, which there was like a community post today. There's of course like the bigots, the homophobes just under it, and it's just like, fuck off. Just we're over here just trying to be happy. But it just made me happy. It was just something really cool and fun to see. So there's that, I guess. What else? Invincible. Who here has seen Invincible? I haven't talked about it on the YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it on the YouTube channel, but who has seen Invincible? Anybody in here seen it? Because if you have not seen it, you need to get on that. That show is like amazing. I might just go into a review right now if everyone wants that. If anyone wants that, sorry. Because that show is damn good. Like, it's damn good. It's just, again, if you haven't seen it, go watch it immediately. Don't listen to me talk about it, because that show, oh, you want to be surprised by that show. I've seen clip. Yeah, a lot of people have seen clips. Everybody's seen the think, Mark, think meme. Everybody has seen it. It blew up so quickly. Which is kind of sad, because that's like the culminating part of that character, of the character's arc, I guess. It's the low point in their arc, which is also the end of the show. But it's become more popular than the show, sadly. So like, I mean, it definitely got my attention. It's what sent me to watch the show. But like, it's more known than the show. Not as many people actually watch the show as people who did actually watch it afterwards. It's very good, and it's sad because that show is good. I actually went and read some of the comics afterwards, and that show is it's the comics are pretty good, but the show, it's just like here's the comics. I'd put them pretty high up, 7, 8 out of 10. Show's like a 9. It's like up here. Like the show is like fucking good. Like it's a damn good show. And that's mainly part of it's just like everybody said it, but like the voice acting, the what else is there? The voice acting, voice acting and cast. The cast in that show is, I don't know how they got so many A-list actors on the budget that show had. Probably went to that's where all the budget probably went, because the animation at times. Let's not talk about that. That's the one downside to the show. The animation is, oh boy. But again, there's like J.K. Simmons, Seth Rogen, a bunch of people I don't know of. But it's really well done. All the characters are likable except for Amber, the black girlfriend in it. I say black just because, like, based off art, you might think the redhead is the girlfriend. If you haven't seen it, but Amber, it's not that she's written poorly. Her writing makes sense. Her motivation makes sense. It's just that it's very, very poorly conveyed to you. So at the end of the show, when there's like this big reveal about like her knowledge of stuff, you hate her. Like, you genuinely hate her because it's so poorly conveyed how her motivation and why. It's so poorly conveyed. But once I actually sat and thought about it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. But I had to sit there for like 30 minutes and think about it and have a whole discussion with some friends. It was like, the writing for that character was god awful. I don't hate the character, I just dislike the writing for her. It did her dirty. She could have been a really interesting character. She is a really interesting character, actually. It's just the writing just what else is there in the show? Let's see. Voice acting, characters. Oh, Omni-Man, the Superman of the show, basically. One of the best superhero villains I've seen in forever. Just straight up. The gore, again, this is similar to the MK thing when I talked about it in my MK movie review with Isabel, but the gore in this show does what MK should use its gore for. The gore in this show is not a selling point. It's a punchline. Not a punchline, it's an exclamation point. Think of it like this. You have a sentence, right? You have beginning, middle, and end of a sentence. Then at the end of the sentence, you have a period, maybe a comma if it's not the full end of the sentence, an exclamation point, a question mark, but you have punctuation. The gore is should be the punctuation. The sentence is what I'm reading. The exclamation point emphasizes that sentence and makes it like harder hitting. That's how the gore is used in this show, in Invincible. It's very much you're watching the show for the show. You read the sentence because you're reading the sentence. You don't read a sentence for the exclamation point. And it's the same with this show. You don't watch the show for the gore. You watch the show, and the gore is like an exclamation point on the show in scenes. It's just like, oh, now you know it's serious. As opposed to stuff like Mortal Kombat, where Mortal Kombat's gore is exclusively a selling point and nothing else. Like purely nothing else. It's not used creatively to convey character outside of like Johnny Cage and Cassie Cage. It's not used to emphasize any scenes, as it's rarely ever even in story mode. The goriest I think it's ever gotten is like Baraka's death in MKX, and again in MKX, Quan Chi's like decapitation. That's like the goriest it got, and it didn't emphasize anything, because the selling point of the games at this point is the gore. And because of that, oh, there goes the camera again. There we go. I think I'll just have to do that for a while. I'll have to figure out a way that it doesn't, like, you guys don't have to see stuff. But again, what was I saying? Because the gore of MK is a selling point. And because of that, it's not good. It fucks with storytelling. It fucks with the gore. It makes you so desensitized to the gore that seeing it happen isn't impact. It doesn't feel like an impact. There's no impact to the gore in MK. Whereas in Invincible, it's the once the gore appears, it doesn't shy away from gore after that, but the gore is there to add stakes. It's not there to just make you go, yes, murder, kill, yes, ha ha. It's there to actually convey the direness of a situation. Then there's Duplicate, which is basically she's a character that can just duplicate herself. And part of that is just, and they just use that, oh, fucking camera. The fuck happened to the... What just happened? Why is the stream going so weirdly? The fuck happened to the chat box? Who DM'd me? Ah! Ah! Doom bum ba 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 ba. Why'd you DM me? There, I think I fixed it. Also, who DM'd me? Okay, I think I fixed the chat. Somebody say something in chat. Anybody. I think I fixed it. I don't know what happened to it. It just kind of fucked around. That was weird. Oh, what was I saying? The gore in, again, it's there in Invincible to show stakes. That's what it is. It's there to convey that shit's serious. And even though, yes, they don't shy away from using gore after it first appears in episode 1, they don't just use it like an MK fatality would, or how MK uses gore in marketing. It's actually there to be part. It's actually used somewhat sparingly, kinda, or it's there to show that, oh shit, these civilians could die, we gotta save them. Anyways. Yeah, is it working? The answer is me, Doofenshmirtz. Oh, okay. Doofenshmirtz, even in copyright. No, I'm gonna kill myself. Hey, Andrew Up, how you doing? Just talking about Invincible and how it does gore better than Mortal Kombat, surprisingly. But yeah, Invincible's gore is surprisingly well done. It's not a selling point, it's an exclamation point on the end of Invincible's sentence. What else is there? There's Mark, the main character of Invincible, is like amazing. I love him to death. He's incredibly, what would be the words? What would be the words? Just relatable, likable, adorkable. He's adorkable. Like he's adorable as hell, man. What else is there? He's hot. I mean, that's part of him being adorkable. But just him as a character, he's just fun to follow. You understand him. You get to know him. Like, the first episode makes you invested in his want to be a superhero, and the rest of the series shows you his slow descent into just realization of what being a superhero is. It's a civilian casualty death fest. And the show does a good job of actually showing that, which I was surprised. Again, I went into the show sadly knowing that there was going to be gore. Like, I saw the spoilers. Please click off, or not click off. Sorry, don't continue watching, or just mute me for a bit if you don't want spoilers for the show. When 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go spoilers. 3, 2, 1. When Omni-Man kills the Guardians of the Globe, I wasn't surprised. I'd seen it already. I had seen him do the train scene with Mark later in the series, which was, that scene was fine. But what I didn't see was like all the civilian deaths, other than that train scene. Like the slaughter that Omni-Man just unnecessarily goes through, the deaths of civilians during basically all of Mark's like attempts at being a superhero. And it adds stakes to the show, unlike say a Marvel DC thing where it's just like, or think of like the Spider-Man movie from 2000. Green Goblin isn't gonna drop a cart of kids. The kids aren't gonna die, they'll be fine. But this show, it uses the gore to show you, hey, these kids could die, these civilians could die, adding stakes and making you more invested in like Mark's like want to save them because they could die. So it's much more powerful, I'd say, for Mark. The gore actually helps in that. It shows that, oh, fuck, these people could die. Mark, you gotta get them. Instead of civilians just feeling like a nuisance in, like, other modern, like, superhero films. What else? I honestly, there's not much else that I'd specifically talk about when it comes to Invincible. It's just a very fun show. I'm rewatching it currently with another friend. Something I actually want to do. Something I want to do. Hold up. I got my friend. Could as in they did. Okay, fine. Did we do everyone's obligatory complaint about Amber? Okay. No. Okay, you missed that. Okay, pause the music. Pause the music. Amber is a good... No, okay. Amber's motivation makes sense. Her character makes sense. Her being angry at Mark makes sense. The writing on her is shit. It is so poorly conveyed to the viewer what her actual motivation is and how she feels that I had to literally, it took me a long time to actually understand where she was even coming from. I had to sit there and talk with a friend for like half an hour to an hour, just trying to understand what she was going on. And when I actually started to think about it and like understand her, it made sense. Her motivation and how she felt lied to. But it's so poorly conveyed that it just makes her makes her come off as just selfish, entitled bitch, which she shouldn't be. Her motivation is compelling when you actually get down to it. She was lied to. Who said she wanted to date a superhero? She was lied to about him being a superhero, and the fact that Mark simultaneously wanted to make a commit to the relationship, but simultaneously wouldn't tell her that he was a superhero, is stupid. Okay, if someone actually did that to you, you're in the right to be angry at them that they want to commit, but they won't tell you this big aspect of their lives. Even if you figure it out, they weren't trusting you with it. So why should you be committal with them? That's fine. The writing on her, though, conveying all of that was very, 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 very bad. Especially the scene where she blows up at him at the campus. Like, that scene could have made sense if she blew up at him later or after another incident. But that one particularly just doesn't work. She blows up at him because here's the thing. There are crowds of people around that he has to run away and change elsewhere. That scene just didn't make sense for her blow up. It was poorly written. That's poor writing. That's not a poor character. That's just bad writing, not a bad character. There. That's my thoughts on Amber. Yell at me all you want, please. I want to hear your thoughts. I got heated. That got heated. I got mad. Oh, Lord. I got very heated very quickly about that. Oh, why did I stop the music again? To be fair, she was made pretty well done for doing nothing in the source material. Well, yes, that's another thing I do need to compliment them on. They did actually take a very, very insignificant character in the source material and actually developed her into a role that, honestly, I think by the end of the show, the impact of her actions are felt the way they needed to be. So her overall purpose in the show, in the storytelling, like if you look at her as a writing tool, like a storytelling device, it works. It works fine. It's just the use of her. She served her purpose. And it worked out, but it's like she didn't serve her purpose well. No, that's the wrong way. Say point A to B, you have the character and they serve their purpose. Point B is serving their purpose. The journey to serving her purpose was bad. That's where the bad stuff came in, to me at least. Well, the campus is right after she gives him a second chance, and by then she knows that he's invincible. Fair point. I guess part of it is it did feel somewhat. How do I say? I think if they. I came up with it right now. I think a better scene would be her confronting him about why he ran away later and trying to get him to confess, but he won't confess, making her feel even more lied to, and the fact that he won't, like, be committal about the relationship, and that he won't trust her with it. I just feel that, considering the circumstances of the fact that, one, he shouldn't have to say that in public around a bunch of people, and the fact that she blew up at him when he was being somewhat reasonable with having to run because it was public. I just feel that if she confronted him about it later, like literally a scene later when they're in the dorms, and tried to get him to confess, that would have worked better. That would have worked actually much better. It would have made sense why she felt lied to. Because honestly, that's the main scene I think that kind of fucked up her writing. She was so, that's what made people think she was being selfish. She felt lied to when he couldn't just reveal himself in public. That brings unwanted fame, that brings unwanted attention, that brings potential harm from supervillains because now they can track you down, puts his family in danger, puts her in danger, puts all his friends in danger. So it's just a thing, like, if she just waited until after they were out of public to confront him about it, again, personally, I felt that would have just made more sense. It would have felt more natural, with her being mad about it. But it still would have worked with her just giving him a second chance, since it would have been a scene later. But again, I'm no writer. I don't know if that would have actually been better. So that's just how I would have preferred that. But like, I'm in no place to tell them how they should have written their character. That's how I experienced it, and that's what I think would have been better. Jesus, I got really heated on Amber. Something that I actually, once I figured it out, I've like done a lot of thought on her. I don't know. Again, she's a justified character. It's just a poorly written character at the end of the day. They don't convey her motivation or emotions well. They convey it in a way that they convey it as if Mark is telling you the story and he's a salty bitch. Like if Mark was telling his mom that Amber did that right after she broke up with him, and he was like salty about it, so he like didn't tell the full story. That's what it feels like, which I guess you could argue is part of it, since like the whole show is from Mark's perspective. But like, really, no, yeah. Again, I like the character. I just didn't like the writing surrounding her. Considering how much of a role she has now compared to the comic, I'm wondering how they're gonna change her, how she's gonna affect future things with Mark, how long their relationship will last. If it even, I was kind of confused if they're still together. Wasn't super well portrayed. I don't know. Well, that brings us to the obvious. Can you have a relationship with the big secret kept? Also, a small thing I kept forgetting is these are still teenagers. Yes. Again, that's one of the things. Audience gets too attached and forgets that characters aren't really perfect. It's just again, the conveyance, her reasoning was not conveyed well, and that's what I think made most people like hate her. Because if they actually had her sit down and or not sit down, but if they actually explained it, like there was never a time she wanted to be in a relationship with a super, or anything like that. And if he wanted to be committal, he needed to tell her, because that's something that a relationship should be able to be built on, like trust. If he actually conveyed stuff like that, instead of just saying, "You lied to me. You didn't give me enough attention." The attention thing, especially, is what I think made people hate her. Especially when he got hit by a fucking bus and almost died. Well, not hit by a bus, but that's what she was told. I don't know. I like the character. I hope we see more of her. I want to see where they go with her. I just hope the writing on her specifically improves. Yeah, I was surprised. Is the chat delayed? It's like the chat delayed a bit. What's happening? It like mega delayed. Okay, that time I looked at the stream. That time it was fine, I think. It came on my screen, at least. Like, it appeared in OBS about the moment that it appeared on the stream, like in the stream. I went to my Twitch page. I don't know what happened though, so That was weird. I could post that. I could genuinely post that on YouTube. Just like in defense of Amber's character. How bad writing can make people hate a character. Something like that. What I was going to do before we got into the Amber discussion, I was going to show a video I recorded because I was watching Invincible 3 with my friend. And I got her reaction to the Guardians of the Globe scene where they all die. So I wanted to just show it as like an early, I don't know, I'm probably going to post it to YouTube sometime soon. Let me just get this up. Window capture. Yes. You didn't see anything. You didn't see shit. None of y'all saw shit. Y'all didn't see shit. If I go here, there, I come back here. Maybe I can't show it. Maybe. Fuck. No, go away. Go away. Fuck off. Get off the stream! Ah! There we go. Maybe I can't show it. Maybe it's just gonna be a glitchy bitch. Yeah. Yep. Glitchy bitch. And my camera's doing the thing again. Well! Oh no, it's okay now, I guess. Anyways, what else is there to talk about in Invincible? New iCarly reboot trailer. Also, why does Virtua Fighter 5 have the Majin Buu of delay-based thing? I can answer the first question. I can answer both questions. Question number 1, iCarly reboot trailer. No, I did not. Question number 2, because Eastern business hates things from the outside, and rollback is still not really a big thing. Guys. Strive. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Strive having a rollback, I don't think will mean much for at least another year. I don't think companies are going to start using rollback for at least another year beyond this point. At least. Because they're stubborn as fuck and to want to do it themselves. So either we're going to have to wait a long time, or it's going to be shitty netcode, okay? I'll be honest, that's my thoughts. DM'd me. Why am I getting DMs right now? The first trailer for iCarly Revival has been released. Okay. Never watched iCarly too much. It was fine. I thought it was fine. It was never like the biggest thing for me. Shut up. God, that was loud. Okay, let's bring it on over to let's see if we can bring this up. Hold up. Give me a sec. Window capture. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I did this flawlessly. This is flawless, guys. Look at this. This is flawless. Okay, anyways. Gonna have to turn up desktop audio. There we go. Let's see what this is like. I'm not gonna get any gags or references, by the way. It's been so long since I watched this show, but I am interested. Okay.
iCarly's gonna be taking a break.
Oh no!
Welcome to the new iCarly.
We'll help.
At the same.
We can.
I'm really glad to hear you say that.
Are they?
Damn it!
Here we
Wait.
go.
What the
People
fuck?
are really loving this.
Ew.
How you do it?
This is
Ew.
your moment to shine. You need to be a trailblazer.
Like an effortless trailblazer. Like I just got out of bed and was all, oops, I just blazed a trail.
Hot wings, hot
Huh.
Cheetos, hot pretzels, and hot beers.
What?
That's the
Don't
last
drink
time I
that. Yeah,
was
that's.
here.
I am in no place to.
Yeah.
Freddie, I put your warm milk in your thermos next to your bed.
So we done here? This is not how I imagined my life. Carly.
Looks like discount Keanu.
You just need some arm candy of your own. And I have the perfect guy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're done. Do you think you can shoot me using that filter that makes my cheekbones all
Like an alien?
a sexy alien?
What did I just watch? What was that? It's not a reboot. I hate it when people call these things reboots. That's not a reboot. Not mad at you. I'm mad at the fucking tweet or whatever they said. Banger theme. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, no. It's okay. Here's the thing. There's two outcomes. There's two outcomes to this show. Let me just adjust myself in chair. Two outcomes I'm seeing. One, it's fucking garbage, and it tries to emulate either modern humor, and it does it poorly, or its humor is stuck, online humor, or its humor is stuck back in 2012. Two, they actually adapt to the new environment, or they actually make good jokes. The acting's good. The acting was okay in the trailer. And it's just, my big issue was just the humor in that trailer. It looked off. Is that the word? It felt like weird, and I don't know if that's just sitcoms acting, because it's been so long since I've like genuinely watched like a full-on sitcom. But it felt weirdly like off. Hair dry yet? No? Okay. Actually, you could see in the light right now, you can see that I am technically a redhead. It is a very, very deep, rich shade of red. Or orange, I should say. I mean, redheads are already pretty orange, but whatever. You can actually see that in the light. That's cool. Change the subject. Yeah, I'm a pro at it. But yeah, I don't see it being okay. I see it being either pretty good or dog shit. Just because there's never really, let's be honest, you never really see an okay trailer that leads to an okay product. Let's be real. You see an okay trailer when a studio doesn't know how to market something. Because here's the thing. If you know how to market something, even if what you're marketing is pretty bad, such as the Mortal Kombat movie that just came out, if you have a good if you have like good editors, if you know what you're doing, if they know what they're doing making the trailer, you can make the movie look kick-ass and awesome. And if it's a really bad trailer, that often means it's a very bad feature and the editors weren't able to do what they were doing, didn't know what to do, or they're just incompetent at their job. But okay trailers are in that weird middle ground of you can't really get a read on the actual final product. No, yeah. Watch what looked like a good continuation of our colleague. Here's the thing. I didn't watch the show much. I watched it occasionally when it was like airing originally. As a little kid, because I ended in 2012 from what I remember. Mitchell's versus the Machines and Captain Underprint. What's the counterpoint? Are you saying okay trailers lead to good movies? Is that your counterpoint with those movies? Or is it that really bad yes. Okay, that's a fair counterpoint. That is a very, very fair counterpoint. Mitchell's vs. the Machines, I loved it. Captain Underpants, loved it more. And those trailers made them look mediocre as fuck. So, yeah, I'll be honest. You can have okay I don't have room. You can have okay trailers and still get a good product. Yes, I'm with you there. It just felt weird. And that's probably, again, I rewatched the show maybe back in 2015. I rewatched a good okay portion of it. I don't remember it much. So if that's just the way the show was, then maybe I'm not the target demographic. And that just means it's not for me. But again, it just felt weird. It's I don't know how to describe it. It just didn't feel quite, from what I remember with the show, it didn't have the quite same energy. The characters, it weirdly felt like an adult show. Isn't it an adult show? Because that felt like an adult comedy trailer. That did not feel like a kid show. Is this an adult show? I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen that before. Yeah, older iCarly fans. It felt that might be it. That might be it. I grew up with the show when I was very, very young, and I'm not even that old now. So it could just be I'm not the target demographic. Who knows? I'll keep my eye on that show. What was the release date of it? I didn't see the release date. Where is it? Let me check. I don't think there's one. Here, let me look it up. iCarly reboot release. Oh, now I'm saying reboot. Shit. June. Oh, June. Okay. That's not that far. It's actually pretty soon. Surprising. Damn, so people think they're gonna swear now, so maybe an adult show. I'd say it's like that PG, TV PG. That's my guess. TV PG. That's what this is rated. Instead of PG, TVP instead of TVG. Because surprisingly, you can get like The Simpsons for a long time was TV PG, and that has a kid saying bastard, a couple talking about sex a lot. Like you can get away with a lot with TV PG. So I wouldn't be surprised. So I'd say it's that sort of like young adult nostalgia show. I'm not really sure how to say it. Again, not the best person to like judge an iCarly product. Oh, excuse. What else is there? Yeah, iCarly came out. Virtual Fighter 5. Yeah, it was. What was it? It was 5, right? I'm bad with names. Virtual Fighter 5. Or was it Virtual Fighter 6? I probably misread it. Yeah, Virtual Fighter 6 it looks like. Okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, oh, 5? Okay. Not so sure. Not again, like I said, I don't think even with the huge success that I think is going to be Strive, even though I'm probably not, I might not buy it. Actually, I genuinely might not buy Strive. I still think that game is going to be a big success at launch. I don't think its effects will be felt soon because, because think about it. This game was originally this game has been in development for years at this point, along with its netcode. And many companies would already be in about, I'd say what are the Majin Buu of delay-based netcode? How would Majin Buu of delay-based netcode mean it's good? Like, of all things to say... Of all things to compare the netcode to, why would you compare it to Majin Buu? Say it's the ultra instinct of delay-based netcode. Like Majin Buu, because I think of Majin Buu, I think of fat, slow, and does nothing. And the Virtue Fire consumes its netcode to become rollback or some black magic. Here's the thing. Rollback netcode in good connections is just delay-based. That's all it is. It's hard for me to actually explain. We could watch a video on it here in a bit, probably. But it's what it is. It genuinely becomes delay-based netcode in that scenario. We could actually here. We might actually watch the video that what's his name? Corey Gaming made on it. That I fought in Australian and it felt great, even though it's delay-based. Aren't you East Coast? You're an East Coast player, right? Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. Because... delay, but yeah, I don't know what to say to that. If it's just normal delay-based and it just felt really good, then... I mean, I guess that's just a really good connection. Because delay-based netcode, even really good netcode, would not... in like mediocre connections, would not feel great in that distance. It wouldn't even feel great from like Australia to like the middle of the country, or the Midwest, I guess. Actually, just so I can educate myself more and be like cut up on this, we're gonna pull up the Korea Gaming video on this. This is gonna look real bad real quick. One sec. Ah! Oh, the demons! The demons! Okay, we're gonna have this. We have this. I'm gonna bring it over here. Just bear with me, guys, bear with me. Shut up, Korea Gaming! Shut up! Shut up! Gonna do this. Bring the chat about to the center, because, you know, great formatting. Yeah, look at my formatting, guys. It's great. We're gonna... Oh, Lord, this looks like shit. We're gonna grab my camera. Oh, Lord, why is it so big? Oh, God. We're gonna take it. We're gonna minimize. We're gonna make a mini-me right here. Oh, look at me. Yeah, just fucking around in the corner. And we're gonna make another window capture. Window capture 2? What's this do? Ah! Why is it so big? Do not take that line out of context. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What is happening? What the fuck? We're gonna go full screen with this shit. What the fuck is happening? It should not look like that. What the fuck? Okay, apparently it's gonna look like this. What the fuck? Why is it? What happened to my formatting? What the fuck? Here. Here, we're just gonna come over to the game thing I had set up. We're gonna come here. Yeah, we're gonna press this little slash right here. And I not even fucking... We're just gonna remove that whole scene. It's dead. We killed it. We sliced it from existence. So we're just gonna get another window capture. Oh, I think I know what happened. I had a weird formatting issue, and I think I figured it out. Anyways, here's this. Ooh. Why? Stop posting links warning. Fucking Nightbot! God! Fucking... Oh, what a bitch. Okay, we're gonna fix this right now. We're gonna fix this. It'll be fixed. Nightbot, you suck. Ugh. Let me guess. I was DM'd because he got banned. Oh, fuck it! No. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You already took it out of context. Son of a bitch. That line I told him not to take out of context, he did. I need to not show DMs. I need to not do that. I need to not do that. I need to not do that. Anyways, we're gonna figure this out. Give me a sec. We're gonna unban you. We're gonna get this working. Nightbot. Actually, here. How long did it ban you? Ender. DM me how long it banned you for. You thought you were? What the fuck? Nightbot, what is wrong with you? Okay, we're gonna disable this? Does that Okay, that's... I got rid of that thing. People can post links. I'm just gonna have to self-moderate the links myself. I'll do 480p. Anyways. We now come back to here. We have this fixed. I'm not gonna be able to look at chat while I'm actually, no, I can. Yeah, I can look at chat here.
In fighting games, performing the Daigo parry or certain combos requires precise timing. Press an input a moment too early or too late, and you fail your combo and maybe die because of it. It's not too unlike learning a song on a musical instrument. Now imagine how hard it would be to play a song you practiced if your guitar did this. The hell? Not only that, but sometimes the note comes out really late or sometimes a little late. It's random. This is what it's like to play fighting games online with delay-based netcode. When you press a button, there's a delay because the game waits for the other side to receive your input before showing the move on both screens. But this is terrible to play in unless the delay between both players is very short, but not everyone has super good internet connections and not everyone lives in the same region. If everyone could play offline together, lag wouldn't be a problem, but we live in a world where arcades die and viruses live, so netplay matters a lot. Sadly, there's no way to remove the delay between two distant online connections, but Tony Cannon discovered a way to make it so your move appears immediately, even before it reaches your opponent.
I started working on this around in like late 2005, early 2006, and it was because all the games that were coming out for the consoles just had really bad delay-based netcode.
What's insane about this technology is that it's achieved by predicting the future and time traveling. Seriously.
2015? You mean we're in the future?
Let's say there's 45 milliseconds of delay between you and your opponent. If the character you control has no lag and your move comes out before the input reaches your opponent, what does your opponent see?
What?
If you kick and your opponent's side sees it 45
Oops.
milliseconds later, both sides are now 45 milliseconds out of sync, which
There
is
we go.
not good. But there is a way to get it in sync. When your opponent's side receives your input, it can just skip the first 45 milliseconds of your kick animation. You might be thinking this could look weird or choppy, but at full speed, it's hard to tell. It's like when everyone starts singing Happy Birthday, but you join in a little late. You skip the first words of the song so you'll be in sync, and no one will notice. But if your opponent receives all your actions 45 milliseconds late, what do you look like to them in the meantime? In our kick example, you were shown to be just standing there for 45 milliseconds before kicking. Why did their side think you were just standing there? Because it was its best guess. It was a wrong guess, but it was reasonable considering you were standing there previously. At any given moment, each side is trying to predict what the opponent is currently doing based on the previously received input. And what's crazy is, most of the time it's correct. This is because it doesn't take a fortune teller to predict things one frame into the future.
I'm just going to assume the thing you did last is the thing you do next, like forever. Oh, you were holding back to block? I'm gonna assume you're still holding back to block.
Can you guess what my sleeping cats will do in the next frame? If you guess
Sleep.
then you might just be a precog. Obviously, you
Oh
knew
my
the answer
God.
because you saw what they were doing previously. But just like a precog, predictions can be wrong. To clearly show what happens with incorrect predictions, let's just say there's a huge 500 millisecond delay with your opponent. If your opponent is walking forward, your side will correctly predict their position because there's only one direction to predict, forward. But if they suddenly do something different like jump, your side will still think they're walking because it didn't get the memo yet. But the moment your side receives the news that your opponent jumped 500 milliseconds ago, it will instantly roll them back to your opponent's correct position, which is in midair at this point. Hence, rollback netcode. Remember, this was an extreme case. With normal amounts of delay, the amount of rollback would be practically unnoticeable. Rollback netcode works because
It's slightly noticeable though. If in this example.
If it's not, it gets corrected before anyone notices.
Yeah, it's like a
Sometimes
frame.
Lag spikes can go unnoticed if all the predictions are correct in that time, and you might be surprised just how often the predictions are correct.
How fast do people move the controller? How many inputs are there? There's probably no more than like 5 per second. That's a lot, 5 inputs per second. So that means if there's 60 frames per second, that means you're right more than 90% of the time.
But sometimes you can notice if the game has moments of drastic and instantaneous changes, for example, KOs in Third Strike. The KO pops up and the screen freezes right on the final blow, so if the game predicts someone got knocked out but they actually blocked the hit, you can get a you win just kidding moment. This isn't a big problem in Super Turbo because the final blow just slows down the screen.
Yeah, don't do large disruptive VFX or screen text in the first 2 or 3 frames, however long you expect your rollback to be. The other is like don't design moves that have very large displacement on the first or second frame.
Developing the game with rollback netcode in mind will minimize these glitchy moments, but weirdness will happen regardless if network delay is too large and the game has to roll back to things that happened too far in the past.
What the f was that?
But another way to minimize how far you need to roll back is by delaying everyone's inputs on purpose. If you're late to a party, but they postponed the time, you will be less late or even early. The more you delay everyone's inputs, the shorter the rollback time. But of course, more delay means your character feels laggier. Rollback netcode is usually combined with delay netcode to strike a balance between glitchiness and lag. But there is one more potential problem called rift. Let's say your opponent's console overheats and it slows down their game during an online match. This means their inputs will get to you really late, causing massive rollback glitches on your side, while your inputs will get to them ahead of schedule, making their side play perfectly. This results in one-sided rollback. The netcode must correct the rift to make sure both players have a fair fight.
It's like I'm on frame 10, you're on frame 14. We should probably both be on frame 12 so the rollbacks are the same distance.
If rollback netcode sounds more complicated to implement than delay-based, it's because it is.
This is all one tick, right? If we're doing our job right, this takes 16.66 milliseconds and no more.
But if done correctly, it will allow more people to have more playable matches online. I've had excellent games in Punch Planet playing from Korea to California because it uses GGPO, the rollback netcode for fighting games invented by Tony Cannon. He's even made it free to use under the MIT license, and the technology is used in many games already, including old-school arcade games played through Fightcade. Rollback technology
Fightcade is amazing, by the way. If you haven't used it, use it.
And even Melee has rollback now.
Freaking amazing.
If you like fighting games and hate lag, please share this video. For more info on this topic, check out this article by Infill and this video by Holdback the Block. This was Gerald from Corey Gaming. Thanks for watching. This video was sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Okay, we don't need to. No, 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 no. No, we're not adding. No, no ads.
To do this. As an American who lives in Asia, there's a lot of content I want to watch that
Hey, Punch Planet. Punch Planet's an awesome game. I played it very, very little, but it's a fun game. we just do that, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, one thing I'd like to say before I forget. The, one I did my... Fuck, it's not working. One, I went away halfway through the video and did my hair up. Two, it looks like shit right now because it's still a bit wet. Three. One thing I'm wondering is if Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 does actually have, like, rollback netcode. One issue I could find is they'd have to change, like, the KO animation a bit, because currently, it's very noticeable. Like, if it rolled back after your system got the kill, like on your game, if your game thought you killed them, it rolling back would be a huge issue. Especially in an online tournament environment. That's a huge issue. Especially on the side of the commentators, because it's just a visual disconnect. Like, bad rollback can fuck shit up. Like, Street Fighter V, I would have preferred that game to just have, like, delay based. Would have been 10 times better. Anyways, yeah, that was my rollback netcode segment. Hooray. I don't know why. Just get my ass kicked in JoJo. Same for Skull kick Owens instant. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people, I find like the biggest community for Fightcade is JoJo Heritage for the Future. I somewhat like JoJo. It's okay. Like, I've never really, I don't like games where, like, the combo system is just full of links, where it's the whole system is nothing but linking. It's sort of why I don't play Street Fighter that much anymore. I mean, I play Street Fighter 4, but so much of that game's combos is just pure linking. And in JoJo especially, the combos are long, but there's so many tight links that I just can't. I just couldn't. Though I do respect the people that play that. The game is very complicated. Sim for Skullgirls KO is instant. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why? Fucking dipshit camera. There we go. I haven't played much of Skullgirls. I played it a bunch on the Switch. Fuck! You didn't see jack shit. Anyway, I guess I could say this, but I have a little server set up just to be able to chat with viewers. There's a waiting, there's a general chat, a waiting room, and then the room with me. That's basically it. If you want in the server, that's the entire server, by the way. It's just ! Server as a command, and it gives you a link in chat. Here, I'm gonna test it real quick. Just to make sure that it is working. Let me find it. Yeah, okay, yeah, it works. Yeah, okay, that works. That's good to know. One thing, I literally just created it because I started doing this. I set up this just chatting thing. One other thing, I guess since we're on the topic of commands, I might as well advertise this. Currently, I am supporting a GoFundMe with whatever I can. If you want information on the GoFundMe, I have all the necessary commands in my stream title. I think it's !explain for what it is, !donate to me. Any donations made in a stream, we donate to the GoFundMe at the end of the stream. And if you want to go check out the GoFundMe just to make sure it's legit, there's a GoFundMe button, or GoFundMe command, !GoFundMe. Though any donations that you can, I'd say donate here just so we can, it's just a collective thing we can always do at the end of the stream where we end up donating to the GoFundMe. If you can spare anything, it's always appreciated. And I guess just since I should probably fix my alert box if I'm going to start talking about this, because my alert box I also don't think is working. Copy. Yeah. Yeah, like I thought. It's kind of fucked. I don't know what's up with it. Though I do have one way of fixing that somewhat. Hold up. Okay. That's one way of doing it. Holy fuck shit. Ball motherfucker. Oh my god, that was loud. That's turned down as hell. Go to mixer. I'm going to sound mixer. That is. Oh, that was loud. Turn you down, Google. Turn you down. Now I guess I have a way to know if anybody donates, subs, follows. You guys can't see it, and there goes Discord again, kind of fucking with my camera. There we go. But yeah, if anybody ever wants to hop in VC, chat about whatever, literally whatever, as long as it follows Twitch's guidelines and whatnot. Just hop in the waiting room or say something in chat. I'll pull you in to this VC chat. Gotta go see. Take it easy, Interrupt. Hey man, thanks for stopping by. It's always great to be able to talk to people during streams. So thank you very much. I noticed Isapal also joined the server. Thank you very much, friend. What else is there from here? From here, what to talk about? What to talk about? What to talk about? Not sure. Anybody got any suggestions in chat? Like, just anything. I can talk about anything. We've talked about what at this point? Invincible. We had a huge ass segment on that. Invincible. iCarly, the new trailer. We talked about rollback netcode. What else have we talked about? Literally anything I'll talk about anything, man. Like, just suggest anything to talk about. Literally anything. Oh, there goes the final message. Wait. Bye, final message of Enders. Goodbye. Goodbye, final message. There we go. Lined it up. Goodbye, final message. Actually, here. I will be right back. We're gonna go to be right back for just a brief moment, and I'll be right back.
This is
yeah, we're back. Hello, we are back. I meant to get a Coke, I didn't. Fuck. And we'll manage. I don't need it. Anyways, open mic. It's open mic time. So, again, anything you want to talk about, for any reason, pop on in. We'll talk. Of course, if you can, make it about media, entertainment, video game, whatever. Just because it's appropriate to the channel. But of course, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from talking about other things. It's whatever. So, other than that, how y'all been? Anyone doing anything exciting? Just yada yada. I've been not up to much. I still do plan to do a birthday stream about, not about anything, just to do a birthday stream. Most likely thing I will do it on, though, is, what I want to do is I want to play through Pokemon, Red and Blue, for the first time in, like, years. Because I tried those games out a while ago, didn't like them, but I was thinking, hey, we could start doing like a Pokemon marathon where I just run through the games. We'd start with, I think it's Gen 1, then we go to what's Diamond and Pearl? Diamond and Pearl, then Ruby Sapphire, and then if we ever want to, then probably Black and White, then Black and White. We'll go to Black and White. Because I've heard Black and White are, like, really good. I don't know if I want to go beyond that, though. Just because I have no desire to. Like, honestly, no desire whatsoever to go beyond that. Because I played Sword and Shield. Shit game. I was just like, here, I'll give the modern Pokemon a chance. Awful game. Like 3 out of 10. 2 out of 10. No, that's a 2 out of 10 game. That's an awful game. And I have no plans to ever revisit it. Because of just how, like, awful and just, like, aggravating that game was. It just wasn't enjoyable. I found no enjoyment in it. Which is always sad, but what are you gonna do? What else has been going on recently? Games. RE8 came out. I still haven't played it, of course. Because I never play games when they come out, because I'm weird. But I do plan to play through it sometime. Like, I'll play, maybe not on stream, but if I do ever get my hands on it, which I most likely will, I'll also play it. Oh, another game that I've been wanting to, try out, like, recently is RE4. I had a talk with Nabibi. I doubt any of you even know who that is, but I had to talk with Nabibi not a while back about horror games, and he said, and basically what I described in my enjoyment of horror, he said that's RE8, and I'm just interested in gameplay of it recently. There's the RE4 VR remake, or not VR remake, VR port. Actually, when does that come out? I think it comes out for the Oculus, and if it does, I can play it because I do have an Oculus. Let me look this up. RE4 VR release date. Yeah, Oculus Quest 2. And it releases sometime this year, but that actually might be a perfect excuse to go through that game. If I get a long enough cord. Good enough cord. I actually have the space in my room now to do VR, which is nice. But I'll have to get like a long enough cord to run from my headset into the computer to be able to capture the gameplay. But we'll see what we can do. But it does look interesting. They like completely remade that game from like not remade. I need to stop saying that. They like completely ported it to VR. It's not like those weird ports of like Half-Life 1 into VR that I've seen. And I've played Half-Life 1 in VR. That game is it's painful. That game is painful in VR. It was not made for it, and it should never be played in it. Wrong tab. But yeah, a game should be made for VR, and if not made for VR, just heavily, like, what would it be called? Heavily, what would you even call it? Heavily remade? Not remade, redone to fit the style of VR. Because as it currently stands, Half-Life 1 does not fit VR. It is too unreal. It is not close enough to reality. It's too old. Half-Life 2 in VR I also tried before. I actually tried out like all the VR games Me and a friend set it up. I went to his house. I brought my Oculus headset and we just like connected it to his computer to play Alex. But we set up all the other Half-Life games, including the expansions. All the expansions we could. We set them all up, ran through Alex, and then ran through Half-Life 1 in VR. And then the next day, ran through Half-Life 2 in VR, and then the episodes along with that, and then did Half-Life Alex again that same day. And those games, like Half-Life 2 is okay in VR. It's not as good as Alex. But with its more, with Half-Life 2's physics engine, the Source engine, yeah. With Half-Life 2's engine, mirroring reality much more heavily than like anything Half-Life 1 could ever do, it does lend itself to a more realistic VR experience as things actually have physics instead of just in Half-Life 1 where you just hit somebody and their body falls on the floor and they're nothing but a texture at that point, if that makes sense. So if you're able to, I would suggest at like some point trying out Half-Life 2 at most in VR. Like I'd never want anybody to go through Half-Life 1 in VR. Especially if you're epileptic. Half-Life 1 in VR is so epilepsy inducing. It's awful. Like I'm surprised, even though I'm not epileptic, I'm surprised I didn't get a seizure. Like holy shit. There's that. Oh, and I guess I could give my hot take on the Half-Life series. I don't think any of the games are good. I really don't think, even Alex, even though I enjoyed my time with Alex, don't get me wrong, the second playthrough, I didn't enjoy it. Like, barely enjoyed it. Because here's the thing with the Half-Life games, and a lot of Valve games actually, beyond maybe Team Fortress 2, but that's way different. Actually, no, just Half-Life. Because Portal and Team Fortress don't suffer this issue. The Half-Life series sets standards. They set standards of what games can be and what they can do. They themselves are not good games. Half-Life Alyx, not a great game. There's very little room for repeat playthrough. Its gameplay is very, very repetitive once you actually realize what you're doing. The puzzles aren't challenging. The combat is okay at most. The story's there, but I'm wanting to play a video game, not experience a story. But that's the thing. Same thing with Half-Life 2. The gameplay is very, very tedious once you actually just figure out, oh, I just do this to shoot the Combine soldiers. This is how I beat the ants. What are they called? Ants? What are the bugs called? I don't even remember. Similar thing with Half-Life 1, I wouldn't say as much because Half-Life 1 very much emphasizes movement, making its combat much more fun and entertaining. But the Half-Life games do nothing but set standards of how tools can be used in a video game. They don't set standards in quality, they set standards in tool usage. Such as Half-Life Alyx. That's how I view the game. That's how I view the entire series. And it's the way people describe Halo. A lot of people describe Halo. They were good for the time, but they didn't age well, and really all they did was set standards that people then followed. I don't personally agree with that. Halo CE and Halo 2 are still some of my two favorite FPSs of all time. But I do understand where people come from when they say that, because that's how I feel in Half-Life. And if that's how you feel in Halo, hey man, I get it. It makes sense. Like games don't age the same for everybody. Some people hate the combat in Halo CE and 2 because of how old it feels. I personally like it as it doesn't feel too janky to me, and the enemy design still complements the gunplay well. And Half-Life's kind of the opposite to that. The movement and gameplay feels janky, and the enemies do not complement the gunplay well. The gunplay isn't even that good. It's extremely basic. That's how I view Half-Life. I don't give a shit about the stories, okay? Story is not important to me in a video game. The only time it is important is when everything else is good. If everything else is good, then I care about the story. If everything else is bad, then I care about the story. I care about story last, okay? At least when it comes to a video game. Not when it comes to like a book or a movie. Those are completely different things. But what else? What else is there? I did that. It was fun. Again, Alyx was enjoyable on its first run through because VR games are inherently enjoyable. And the fact that they actually utilized VR somewhat well is cool. But again, there's no actual good VR games out there. There's VR experimentation. There's some fun VR experimentation, but I hesitate to really ever call a single VR game a game. To this day. There's not really, I've never played or seen a VR game that is like a fully fleshed out game. that takes advantage of VR. That's an important thing I want to say. There are VR games out there that are good games, but it's just a game with a VR headset on. I've yet to see a game that actually takes advantage of the VR medium and is a full experience. I've yet to see it. I don't know if I will ever see it. Because I just don't really... VR is not like a huge thing I have an interest in. Because, again, nothing's really got me interested. I played Vader Immortal. I still love that game. I think it's a fun... I think it's a fun time. No, yeah, that's the wording I want to use. It's Vader Immortal, Episode 3 specifically. It has a lot of replay value, and it's like... what is it? In the, like, combat challenges. I don't remember what they were called. It's been a while. In the arena. I don't remember. It's like... It's where you just fight enemies, basically. I found a lot of enjoyment in that. But... that's really all the game has to offer. Like, the lightsaber on lightsaber combat doesn't exist. You have one fight with Vader, and that's barely a lightsaber fight. The graphics are okay. Like, they're fine. It's nothing groundbreaking or amazing. What else? What else is there that I played recently? Games I played recently. Not really. I haven't really played much recently. I've just been grinding away at Dragon Ball with my training partners and planning some stuff for the GoFundMe. That's really it. Oh, my school esports team raised over $2,000 for what was it, St. Jude's, which is freaking amazing. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna see if I can find the stream, because I didn't watch it. I didn't have the time. I was off busy this week. I was busy this weekend, but I'm gonna see if I can find it. ILHS esports. Yeah, found it. How long was the stream? It was a 26-hour stream. Oh my lord. Oh god. No, yeah, this is still so amazing. The fact that we were able to raise $2,000 is just amazing. And their goal was only 1,000, so like that makes it even better and cooler. I do wish I could have been a part of it, but I kind of took a step back from the esports team a while ago just because I didn't have the time for it. Again, I'm already doing this stream. Like, it was, like, if it was esports, it was esports club or this stream. That's what it would come down to. Like, I don't have a ton of free time to do stuff. I'm still trying to find moment of the stream. Let's see where they break 1,000. They broke $1,000 only 6 hours into the stream, which is very, very impressive. How long did they fucking stream? They started playing Portal halfway through. Oh, they played some Hades. Played some Apex. Yeah, $2,500 when their goal was 1,000. I found it. I'm not gonna show it just because I don't want to have these people like doxed or anything. I do get that they're on Twitch. But I'm not really personally in a space where I want to be showing friends of mine their faces on their stream, on my stream, without their permission. Thank you, Isabel. Anyways, but yeah, it was freaking amazing. I heard about it today at school. When I was at school, I heard that they had raised $2,500, guys, is a lot of money for a charity. Like, that's incredibly impressive. And my sincere thank to all the people who like were part of that. It was incredible. The fact that they were able to raise that when their goal was only 1,000. Apparently they didn't even think they would reach the 1,000 goal, from what I've heard. So that just makes it even cooler. What else is there to talk about? Again, to anybody watching, open mic, just say something in chat. Why do I keep opening my camera thing? say something in chat that you want to get on mic and just talk about shit. We'll get you in here. We can talk. It's open. I'm open to talking to anybody. But yeah, thank you, Isabel. Yeah, I try my best with these streams. So let me actually check something. How long have we been streaming? Like an hour at this point? Hour 30 minutes, damn. Okay, we've actually been streaming a while. I want to check something. Things might get choppy for a sec. There we go. And bloop. Camera was being fucky again, and I hate it. No, but yeah, I think I could get some actual content on the YouTube channel about this. Like, I had that whole, like, Amber and Invincible review. There was, I guess, the discussion on rollback. Anyway, there's been a lot. This stream's been meaty. Camera's being fucky. Why is it being fucky? There we go. I have to fix it again. So, what's everybody been up to? Any new games anybody's played? Announcements anybody's heard of? Just literally anything. Hell, to bring up politics. I don't give a shit at this point. And that's me being genuine. If you want to bring up politics, bring up politics. Like, this is an open chat. Unless you're outright harassing people, bring up politics. I don't care. That's not me asking for people to bring up politics. I'm saying if you want to, you can. Just for clarification. I very much like this mic. I don't know why I started talking like that. Here, let me just for ideas, because I sometimes get ideas for this. I'm just gonna go to YouTube. Just click in YouTube, see what pops in my recommended. Let me see. What is there? Videos from like 3 years ago. Oh, Maximilian made a new video, new Real Talk video. That's pretty pog. Come on, what else is there? Come on, give me something interesting. Give me something interesting to talk about. Any content ideas besides streams? I recorded a moment of me and Sandwich. I was watching through Invincible with her, and I actually got I got her reaction to like the big spoilery bit where like the Guardians of the Globe all get killed. That was some great content. I have a short clip from when you and me played Third Strike on stream. I have a short clip that I'm gonna upload to my FGC channel soon as a short. What else is there? Oh, I had that whole Invincible thing that I went on, the whole review that I basically went on today. I'm gonna upload that to YouTube, probably and definitely edited. It'll be edited heavily. But I'm definitely gonna upload that to some degree, along with the Amber stuff. But really, other than that, I don't have like a ton of ideas for content right now. If I'll be honest, one thing I really want to do that I never got a chance to do, and I still really want to do, is make an Among Us video. But the servers Among Us community just kind of fucked off and died, sadly. Which is a shame. I really missed that game. That game was so much fun when we all got together. AKA, there's even this meme I went back and found. It literally just said, "Fighty when an imposter tries to make a case," and it was just a face of Guru saying no. It was, oh lord, I forget sometimes how much fun those were. And I sadly think the little bit of footage that we ever got recorded actually got deleted. I think it actually accidentally got deleted. Gasp Among Us. Yeah, I know. Man, I just missed the game. It was a fun game. Like, ugh, damn it, dude. Who's adding me on Discord? Oh, it's group chat. Friend of mine asking for some Dragon Ball sets. I'll probably go do that soon. We've been streaming for what, at the hour 37 at this point? Yeah. Anyways, what? But yeah, man, I miss Among Us. That was such a fun game. I just wish our community lasted longer. I like the social aspect. Yeah, that was the best part. Just the fact that you had to decipher everything based off voice alone was so much fun, and there were just little quirks you could pick up on throughout like a talking session, how people would interact. I still remember to this day the point that there's a moment that everybody brings up. I don't know if the audience remembers Zach. He came on when we watched what was it, Diamond is Unbreakable movie. There's this moment that everybody in the server will not let me forget, when I was just like, I think it was me and you, Zapal, you and me were going at each other because we thought we were the imposters, right? We thought we were the imposter, but then we had like multiple meetings at that point, and people kept dying, right? Do you know where this is going? Do you know where this one is going? Because I remember you and me were the ones going back and forth during the whole thing, accusing each other. And it has to do with Zach, so I think that immediately makes you think of the moment that I'm referencing. I shall wait for his response. Assuming he will respond. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure? Or is it sure? Is it sire or sir? I'm not sure. Well, there's two different words. I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, you know where this is going. You know where it's going. But then I just paused. You and some other person started going off on each other. I don't remember who it was, but then I just paused, and I was thinking back through like all the events, and then I just realized, wait a second. Zach has been conveniently close by each event. And then I was realizing that he wasn't talking at all. So I literally just said, everybody stop. Zach, you've been awfully quiet this whole time, haven't you? And he tried making his case. He tried so hard. But he couldn't. Because guess what? I put it together in my head and I figured out it was him. So then we had one more round. It was like, okay, you all don't, because no one believed me that it was Zach. So we were all like, okay, pause vote. If I die, you know who it was. I didn't die. But I still got to the bottom of the case because I just noticed him as he was like walking past or whatever. I saw in cams where he was before I went and like checked for bodies in places because my tasks were done. And I just got everybody on my side after that. It was so good. Like our entire server memed that to death. And it actually ties into the fact that Zach himself has stated that he is the best crewmate because he would always it was a joke among all of us that like he would always help me win, even if he wasn't even if he was the imposter. He would always somehow help me win if I was a crewmate. Like me specifically, if it was me who figured it out, he likely helped me one way or another, even if he didn't try. Which I find damn hilarious. Oh man, see, this is why I miss Among Us. It's just there's so many great stories that you can just get from it. Like it's just such a fun game. I just miss it so much. Like, if we can ever get, like, a bunch of people on for Among Us again, bro, I'm instantly there. Like, not even a question. No question whatsoever. I'm instantly fucking there. But sadly, we don't have the, we just don't have the presence anymore. My server's kind of died since, back in, like, November. Just kind of went, along with Among Us. Among Us was a huge factor in keeping my server alive. But ever since then, it died. People left. A ton of people left the server. And at this point, it's just a barren wasteland that I still have connected to Twitch and everything. But hopefully, if I start streaming or get a big enough YouTube audience, that can be repopulated with people who want to be in there. Who knows? I don't. I doubt it. I was even debating. I was debating potentially like even deleting the server as a whole, at some point. And I'm just like, we'll see. We'll see. Again, Among Us is a huge factor in that server, on how that server was staying alive. Oh, someone texted me. Shut up, Twitter. I don't want to hear about it. Anyways, what else is there? I've been saying anyways a lot. A lot of people left. No, yeah, a ton of people have left. I don't know. Here, I'm actually gonna check. Was it around the time that I changed it from there being like 4 admins to just me and 1 other person? I'm wondering. I'm actually gonna check if it, because I don't remember when the change to the admin space changed or whatever it was. It might have been because the whole changing of all the admins was like, that was back in August. Where is it then? Because the whole changing of like how many admins we had was like a direct response to like some drama that went down in there. And the drama went like, is it in rules? No. In rules, announcements. It has to be in announcements because the drama was right about when Among Us died in the server. Let me see, October. Yes, I found it. 10/22. Yeah, it actually was right around here. It actually was right around then. Like here, I'll just read the message. It doesn't matter. New update for the server. There is now me and 1 other mod under the title Best Boy Second in Charge. Due to what happened last night, I just want to make a quick statement on drama in this server. Instances of drama: harassment, refusal of someone's identity, anger towards others, etc., etc. In situations like this, I want you to contact at Best Boy Second in Charge or at the Dungeon Master, me, right away. I've talked to him on how to handle these situations. He will hear both sides of the story and determine who is in the wrong. He will then talk to the person in the wrong, and if that person is unable to recognize they are in the wrong, they will get a warning. If you get a warning from me or Godman, Second in Charge, you will be given a role-titled warning. It affects nothing in the server. It's just a way to track who's gotten warnings. If neither of us is online, then you can also contact anyone with the role Close Homies. I also trust them quite a lot to be able to handle stuff like this. I would like to ask them to handle drama in the same way that I told at Best Boy Second in Charge to handle it above. I don't want drama in this server, but as it grows, it becomes inevitable. So I'm putting these procedures in place. Also, I'd like to say that if you do not wish to talk to one of us, take the drama to DMs. If you do not contact us or you don't take it to DMs, both of you will get a warning, because it shows that you are not willing to listen to the rules I have set, which of course is not okay. I hope you all understand that I want this server to be a safe place for everyone, and we are here for you. But if you refuse to be reasonable, that's an issue. Also, I want to comment on the mod switches. I felt that I had too many mods, so I've changed it to just me at Second Boy in Charge. And at Second Boy in Charge. Close Homies also has similar privileges, but not all the same. I hope we can get along from now on. Have a nice day. And funny enough, that was about the moment when Among Us kind of just died on us. Like, no joke. That was pretty much the inciting incident that sent it into motion. I also find it funny that if you scroll back up through my server far enough, you can find that there was actually a time, let me see. Where is it? There was actually a time I actually didn't want politics in there. In my server. Back when I was like super like just like nervous and just like a nervous wreck if politics were even mentioned, because I didn't understand them at the time. So if they were even like mentioned, I was just like, no politics, no, bad. But now I'm just like, be reasonable, be good people, just be good people if you're talking about politics. It was actually around the time of George Floyd. I think people started saying stuff about politics after that, or about George Floyd, and I was just like, no politics. And now I just regret saying that completely. What else is there? Yep. That's pretty much it in that server's history of rule changing. Quite an interesting history, if I do say so myself. I don't know. That was something to talk about. Anyways, I'll probably do more of these streams. I very much enjoyed this stream. This was a very, very fun stream that I've done. Most of them will all be open mic, as in just anybody can hop into VC with me, or hop into the waiting room, I'll pull you into VC, yada yada yada, etc, etc. But does anybody have anything more to add before we go away? Like, any more things you want to talk about? And if you want to talk about more, I don't care. Let's keep going. I'm just running out of things to talk about right now, and just wondering if anybody else has anything to talk about. So hit it at me if you got anything. Yeah, Among Us did bring the server together. It was very fun. I very much enjoyed it. Again, it's so, I hate that it just kind of died. And again, I kind of found this incident that incited the death. It was not the incident, it was right around the time of it. The changing of the mod, how the mods worked. A lot of people disappeared after that. I don't think it was because of the change. I think it was because of the personal drama that went down, which like made people somewhat uncomfortable and took it away. There was also a ton of fucking trolling that I'm still pissed about to this day, where people literally spammed the word thick corgi in the server forever, and but they did it when I was asleep, and so was my other mod, so nobody could do anything about it, and it was awful. That was the thing that I think actually murdered the server. So, oh lord. But yeah, Isabel, anything else to say? Anything you want to talk about? Anything more to add to anything we've said tonight before this stream likely ends? This was a good stream. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, man. It's I don't do enough streams, but I've been getting slightly better at just doing them semi consistently. So that's always nice, isn't it? Oh, but yeah, like I said, anything to say? I also got music back, I think, right now. I actually didn't realize how long we've been without music at this point. Oh, cool thing for JoJo fans. JoJo Part 4 landed on Netflix recently, which is always awesome to see a fun show land on Netflix. You still need to get through part 1 of JoJo, Isabel. That's something you should get on. There we go. Got the music back. Shut up, computer. Oh, that's some good music. I don't usually like Lofi, but this just fits. Again, before we head out, Isabel, anything to say? Damn, the song. That is all? Well then, have a good night. Have a good night to you, good sir. That will be the end of the stream. And thank you all for stopping by. Great first time trying out just chatting. It's been what I've been sitting here for an hour, almost 2 hours now, just talking to a screen and text that people are typing. Anyways. Well, I guess this will be good night, guys.
Out.